Welcome into Fantasy Now Plus, the Wednesday Showdown show. That's right. We are going to be talking about some fringe players, some flex appeal, and we're going to let you know who to start, who to sit. And don't worry, guys, Justin's back. So I can't wait to roast him in a couple minutes. So, Justin, bring us on in here, man. Let's get the show started.
You're watching the Start Sit Showdown only on Fantasy Now Plus.
Don't worry about what I said. So listen, as we all know, when you were gone, drinking your little wine, your little reds and your whites, and you're eating your spaghetti, and you think you're Tony Soprano, and you're eating your meatballs, I've been over here holding the ship down day in, day out with Sean, me and Sean. For those of you who don't know Sean, he's behind the scenes, great guy. We've been doing all this work. My question to you is, where's our money? Where is our vacation? We get this partnership with UD. We're growing exponentially. We have all these subs now. And then all of a sudden you're just gone. You just take all of our money and go to Italy. Where's our bonus? Where's our love, boss?
By running the ship, you mean I had every document that said exactly how to do every single thing that I do, all the thumbnails made, everything pretty much like copy paste, ready for you guys for 2 weeks.
Yeah, that's right. That's accurate. Right. That's accurate. Happy National Oatmeal Day, Justin. Speaking of oatmeal, we do have some bleh players to talk about today. Unfortunately, yeah, this is the most oatmeal list of all time. So without further ado, we don't want to waste too much of everyone's time because at 12:30, we'll be answering all these questions and talking about all your comments. So get them on in here. If we don't read them right away, just don't be alarmed. It says it right here. 12:30. That's when we answer and acknowledge you. So that being said, what was that? You don't like the word acknowledge you? Roman says it all the time. I acknowledge Roman Reigns.
You're like pointing like this, yeah. Not knowing.
I'm learning the system. This means this way. This means that way.
It doesn't say it anywhere. So
it doesn't? It did. It did before.
Link in
no, it used to say all your...
right. It did before when we had the players below, but I told you like 2 minutes before the show that I forgot to do that because vacation brain. So
Jamie, I would love the Fantasy Now Plus anthem song. I would love that. Just make sure you put in there that Josh is always right. Justin's usually wrong. I did go 8-0 while you were away. I did go 8-0 while you were away.
4-4. It's fine. We can lie. It's fine.
We can.
You definitely went 4-4. I went 6-2 while I was away, and I wasn't even in the country. So
you weren't here. And nobody can validate your picks because they're not in the Discord, nor were said live on YouTube. So I say 0-8. But without further ado, we have a quarterback debate to talk about today. We have Caleb Williams going against the quarterback one of last week. I think he was quarterback one last week. Jordan Love. Right here we have Mr. I spread it around to everybody. Everybody gets a piece of my football, Jordan Love. Or Caleb Williams, which is nobody gets a piece of my football, and I just scramble around and hope something happens. So with that being said, you're back. I'm going to let you go first. Who be going, Caleb Williams this week or Jordan Love?
Yeah, so he did finish as QB1 after Sunday night. I thought it was Drake May, but no, it was Love. Jordan Love beat him by just a little bit. I'm going to go with the guy who is, being consistent. He also has Carolina this week, but Caleb Williams has Cincinnati. So it's like, this is like a toss up here. I did absolutely zero research before today, so this is
shocking.
Great. I watched Sunday's the afternoon game. I watched one football game this weekend, so this will be great. I'm gonna go with just right off the cuff, Jordan Love. He QB 10 over the last 3 weeks. Caleb Williams is down to QB 16, which is not a starting quarterback in 1 QB leagues. Like you said, Caleb Williams, I don't think they've quite figured out that offense fully yet. He has been fairly inconsistent over the last 3 weeks. 19.8 against Washington, 5.6 against New Orleans, like the 1-7 New Orleans Saints, and 12.8 against Baltimore. They do have Cincinnati, New York, and Minnesota coming up, so that could change the tide. But if I'm thinking about like what's happening now, Jordan Love 17 points against Cincinnati, 13 against Arizona, 28 against that stout Pittsburgh defense. Now you have Carolina. Like,
yeah, I don't hate that, and I don't mind that at all. I feel like Cincinnati has been a trap all season long, where it's like, hey, week 1, Jerry Jeudy's going to go off against Cincinnati. They're bad. Didn't happen. Hey, this person, just go down the list of every single matchup. They're playing Cincinnati. They're going to go off. They usually don't go off. I mean, they do, but they don't. They give up 20 points a game to the quarterback position. So I'm kind of in on Caleb Williams this week because he does add that rushing upside, which Jordan Love, I just don't see it there. Sure, he can, but he just doesn't. He spreads it around to 10 other pass catchers, which is still wild to me. I can't stand that. Find someone you love and target them. Be Joe Flacco. It's more fun that way for fantasy. Yes, we all love Tucker Kraft, but we want Golden to be a thing. Now we got Watts in there. They just have a cornucopia of receivers or receiving options, so he does have that with him. But they're playing Carolina, who can be kind of not stout. I won't say stout, but they can definitely be had because I feel like they're going to be ran on. They're going to be ran on more than throwing. Green Bay doesn't want to throw the ball 50 times a game, whereas Chicago, I think they may have to throw the ball 50 times a game to keep up with Joe Flacco and Jamar Chase. Jamar Chase, this is not a Jamar Chase question or opportunity here, but he's been putting up monster numbers since Joe Flacco's been there. The Bengals have been putting up good numbers since Flacco's been there. Chase Brown's been putting up numbers since Joe Flacco's been there. This is going to be we're going to have to score a lot of points to keep up with Joe Flacco. I know it's 2025. I know that. But this is where we are right now. And so I'm going to lean on Caleb Williams just for that rushing upside alone. And man, again, they got to keep up. My question to you is, Justin, he put up 12.8 points against Baltimore, 5.7 against New Orleans. But before that, he's been very solid, right? Against Minnesota, Detroit, and Dallas, over 18 points in every single game, 2 24-point games. He can do it. It's just they've been leaning on the rushing side more than a passing side, but I don't think they're going to be able to lean on the rushing this week alone. So that's why I'm going Caleb. It's a word salad, people. That's why I'm going Caleb Williams at Cincinnati over Mr. Jordan Love, who's very inconsistent. And I like emo music, Dashboard Confessional, Taking Back Sunday.
I'm an alt rock kind of guy, Jamie. So
we like alt rock. I like who do you like? 7 Pilots, 21 Pilots. They're not.
Yeah.
Enjoy them. They're good. I'm not gonna trash your favorite band of all time, but
one of the songs on their new album has been featured on Wake Up or Get Up. God, what's that show called? Good Morning Football. It's been featured for the World Series.
But we like the same kind of genre. We like that. My favorite band right now currently is I don't know. Who's your favorite band currently besides them?
Like
you don't have one?
Current music? God, I don't know. I just listen to music. One? No.
Right. But we like alternative stuff and a little bit of emo. Dashboard. If you get a cry in there, I want to cry. Speaking of crying, our next 2 matchups we have over here, we have 2 running backs that I'm really not excited for, but we have to discuss them. Tajay Spears or Woody Marks. People are all in on Woody Marks. People love Woody Marks. He's playing Denver. Tajay Spears doesn't have an optimal matchup either. He's got the Los Angeles Chargers. So again, who are you going with this week? I think I know, but who are you going with?
I'm curious who you think I'm going with.
I think because you're such a okay. I have reached the level in my life where I can take away my fandom of sports teams and disconnect. Yeah. You're not there yet. You're not there.
Yeah, I am.
You're not. No, you're not there.
Calvin Ridley's a special thing, but that's not because of that. I can do that.
What I mean by you're not there is if one person says anything negative like, "Oh, Tyler Warren he's just probably a top 6 tight end, not top 4." You, what? He's got this, but like you get really upset when someone calls Michael Pittman not high ceiling or whatever it was called, you freaked. Like you do take, like if Cam Ward was drafted anywhere else, I think you would like him more. So you're pretty biased. You
I don't like
are.
Miami,
That's okay. That's okay. It's all right. Like me, I'm a Dolphins supporter, and I think Drake May is going to be the next best thing, right? I think he's awesome. I take the bias away. You don't. So
I
I think
also
you're
think
going to go.
Drake May is going to be a
But
top 3
hold on.
quarterback, and I hate the Patriots.
But this is a double-edged sword, people, because the Houston Texans and the Tennessee Titans are both in the AFC North. So that's what I was getting to, long way around like I usually do.
AFC South,
so I'm
fine, close.
So I think I'm going to go Woody Marks. I think you're going to go Woody Marks today.
So you didn't watch our waiver show yesterday, so that's fine. I can tell.
Me.
I'm actually going to go Tyjae Spears here because ever since Tyjae Spears has gotten back into the lineup, Tony Pollard has been computing down to not even being relevant. I think the Titans want Tyjae Spears to be a thing. They lean more on him. And last week, 17.2 against the Indianapolis defense on just 9 carries. 9 carries, a touchdown, 3 receptions. He gets involved in the passing game. He's moderately involved in the running game, but he did find the end zone. Woody Marks has been solid. Don't get me wrong, 12 and a half points, 15.1 against 2 pretty tough defenses. And he really has no competition. Nick Chubb? That's it. But Denver's a much different defense in my opinion. I know the Chargers defense is tough, but it's not like Denver. I think Denver is a tougher matchup. Tyjae Spears has been good when he plays. That's the thing. When he plays and gets the opportunity, he's been good. I think he sees more than 50% of the snap share again, and he's getting more than double-digit points every time he does that. Big fan of Tyjae Spears, regardless of the team he plays for. Woody Marks has been, he's either been really good or really meh.
Yeah.
But he's a rookie, so.
He's a rookie, and he's almost 25 years old, so that should have been a sign right there. Averaging 3.8 yards per carry, just 13 receptions. You would think he'd have more on the season, but he doesn't. The way people talk about him, how he's a must-add, right? Go to anywhere, even go to your casual league. He's being drafted, he's being picked up. Like people are into Woody Marks. They want him to be a thing because they just lost faith in Nick Chubb. I think that's what it is. I think people like Woody Marks because they don't like Nick Chubb. And that's the thing. Like when you go to a restaurant, I always, working in restaurants all your life, and you probably know this, Justin, cheeseburgers on every menu. It's because that's the safest pick because you don't like anything else on the menu. So just get a cheeseburger. That's Woody Marks. There's nothing else you like in Houston. There's really nothing. So might as well just get the young guy, the cheeseburger, the one that should be good. Well, yeah, he had 15.1 last week, which is great. 4 targets, 4 catches. The second 100 total yard game in his career. You'd like to see that. But do you really want to risk it? Where someone like Tyjae Spears, you're correct. They want to get him the ball. They want to make him involved. Tony Pollard is I guess I don't even want to say he's no longer an asset.
He's no longer bad. He's not being used on the Titans offense.
So that being said, this one isn't give me the person that has the most upside, not because the other person on the team stinks. Now we just talked about Pollard stinking, but I think Tyjae Spears actually has talent, and when he's on the field, he can perform. It's just we need to see more than 9 carries. We need to see more than 12 opportunities. We need to see more. That's all.
We do need to see more from Tyjae. The Titans offense is both of these offenses are actually pretty similar in a way. They have quarterbacks that should be good. They have 2 running backs that are basically they are the same age, 24 and 24. They both have wide receiver units that are basically all rookies. Other than Nico Collins and Calvin Ridley, like they have the exact same offense. Like they're the same, but one is obviously better because their defense and one's defense is just non-existent. So I do go Tyjae Spears. I just think he gets more utilized. What is Josh laughing? Are you laughing about the looking like Triple H and Mankind comment? Okay.
It's the best. Like, it's the best. Like, that just made my whole day.
Doomy says he has Spears and Woody in his guillotine league. Both are on his bench. So I'm assuming you got better running backs out there.
In my podcasting history, you can add Chris Jericho. I've been called Chris Jericho. I've been called a younger Jim Duggins. I've been called an AJ Styles. Now you can add Mankind and Triple H to the list. That's 5, baby. I'm going for every wrestler in the history of the world. So who should I dress up as next week? That's my Halloween costume. Happy Halloween, everybody. What do you mean for Halloween this year? I don't want to shave my head.
So my wife and I are going to her work Halloween party tomorrow night, and we are being kind of, we were going to go as the Coldplay couple, but decided that we are going to have sweatshirts on that one of us is going to be a 6 and the other one's going to be a 7. I have no idea what that means, but I hope it dies.
You do. You know what it means.
I have no idea what 6-7. I have no idea what 6-7 means.
So 6-7 is just now getting its day in the sun. It's been a thing in this household for a very long time, and I learned a long time ago it's LaMelo Ball's height, because in a song someone says around 6'7", and that's where it started. That's just from my 15-year-old daughter. So, song about LaMelo Ball, about how his height is like around 6'7".
Who cares?
I'm just telling you what the kids are saying. I got 15 and 14-year-old daughters. I know.
6'2". Who cares? Like, it's no 69.
Our next players we're going to discuss today on the show.
Hey, hold on. You got Undertaker also, so
I like 6. That's a good one. There we go, 6. Now we just need to find the 7. Who could it be, guys? All right. It's definitely not these guys. For our wide receiver competition, we do have 2 Juwan Jennings versus New York Giants, or Jordan Addison at Detroit. I can tell you this. Jordan Addison is probably the most infuriating wide receiver to roster, because he'll go the entire game with 1.2 points. And at the very end of the game, when nothing matters, he'll get you that 60-yard catch, and hopefully it could become a touchdown. That's how all of his games have been this year, it feels like, except for last week where he just totally shit the bed. But in Philadelphia, week 7, he did get 12 targets. We do have a quarterback change as Carson Wentz is now out. We expect J.J. McCarthy to be back. And all we've seen from him are 7 Justin Fields-like quarters of football play and 1 Aaron Rodgers-like quarter of play. So 7 really, really bad, 1 really, really good. I don't know what to expect because of this quarterback change, because of J.J. McCarthy. We haven't even seen McCarthy and Addison play together, because 1 was suspended and 1 was not hurt at the time. So this is going to be a very difficult dynamic to adjust, because does J.J. McCarthy just pepper Justin Jefferson and follow the Joe Flacco, Jamar Chase game plan, or does he get everybody involved? I'm a little worried about Jordan Addison this week. But just that being said, everything I said in the offseason about Juwan Jennings has kind of come true. There's no breakout. Right? Am I wrong on this?
There's no breakout. Game. There's a 19-point game, but that's it.
There's just none of that. But the fact that Jennings is playing the Giants does make me feel a little bit better. I like that matchup a little bit better than I like Addison at Detroit. We saw Baker Mayfield have his worst performance ever against Detroit. Now, I understand Baker Mayfield didn't have Mike Evans, didn't have Chris Godwin, but guess what? He didn't have Mike Evans and Chris Godwin for a very long time last season and was still able to perform at an MVP level. Monday Night Football, Baker went in there. One of the best quarterbacks in the NFL currently. You can't even say possibly or arguably. No, he is one of the best quarterbacks in the league currently. And he came out of Detroit getting his space pushed in. So I'm kind of worried about Addison and JJ McCarthy at Detroit. So by de facto, just because of comfortability with the offense, I think I'm going to have to lean Juwan Jennings. I don't want a coin flip with Addison, especially in week 9, especially when playoffs are on the line for some teams. Not everybody's 6-2 like me, right? Not everyone's undefeated like me. Some of you guys are struggling. Some of you guys are sitting with 3 wins, 4 wins, trying to get in. And I don't know if I want to get that with an inconsistent Jordan Addison on a tough matchup on the road against Detroit? I'll say you.
Sorry, I'm looking up one stat here. And yeah, I think that's going to do it. I was just looking at points per game that the Giants have let up. They give up the 5th most points to the wide receiver position, which does lead towards Juwan Jennings. My only concern about Juwan Jennings is that he technically is wide receiver 1 because Ricky Pearsall has been out for 4.5 weeks. Like, and you still can't be a good wide receiver. Like, you've had in the 4 weeks that Pearsall, 4.5 weeks that Pearsall has been hurt, he's gotten 6.4, a goose egg because he didn't play, 1.7, 7.1, and 10.5. 10.5 against Houston.
I'm showing 8.5. What are you showing 10? What league are you looking at?
I'm looking at.
I'm seeing this 4 catches, 45 yards. 4 catches, 45 yards. Are you looking at return yards too, or anything of that nature? Because I'm seeing 4 catches, 45 yards.
Okay, it shouldn't be.
Just want to make sure your stuff's accurate as well.
This is a standard PPR league. I don't know. Anyways, yeah, that doesn't make sense why that says 10.5, but 8.5. So even worse. Jordan Addison, since he's been back, has at least gotten double-digit points every week. I mean, with Carson Wentz, but I mean, JJ McCarthy, I would guess the game plan for Kevin O'Connell would not to be just pepper Justin Jefferson with targets throughout the entire game. I'm going to assume, they've probably worked together in practice over the offseason, during mini camps, during preseason, all those things. So it's not like they just now have started catching the ball together. I'm going to go Jordan Addison here. Regardless, though, they play the Detroit Lions, who, give up the 7th most points to the wide receiver. So 7th versus 5th, not that much. And since you have Justin Jefferson on the other side, it's going to open Jordan Addison up. Juwan Jennings has, Kendrick Bourne on the other side of the field. And we don't even know who that quarterback's going to be. Is it going to be Brock Purdy? Is it going to be Mac Jones? Both are hurt. It could be Adrian Martinez. Like, we don't even know who the quarterback. It might be Christian McCaffrey for all we know. So I'm going to Addison here just because of the opportunity that he's going to have on the other side of the field.
I don't hate that at all. Like, I want Addison to perform. Addison has way bigger upside, way better athlete. The ceiling is the sky's the ceiling for Jordan Addison. Juwan Jennings, let's face it, guys. Like, I called this, and again, I don't want this to be a victory parade because it's only halfway through the season. But I called this, man. No receiver breaks out at the age of 28. They just don't. He just had a couple good games last year that excelled, and I wasn't buying this Juwan Jennings breakout. But that being said, I'm still picking him this week because I think that they're going to need to throw and compete against the Giants, and they can do it. It's just the fact. I mean,
he's a more consistent Jameson Williams. Like, he actually gets the points, whereas Jameson Williams is literally like, I get 2 points or I get 30 points. There's no in between for him. At least Addison's getting double-digit points every week.
You're right. You're right on that one. And for the tight ends, our last matchup of the week, superstar Juwan Johnson going against the Rams, or superstar Tom Brady's favorite tight end of all time for the Patriots, Hunter Henry versus Atlanta.
Remember when Juwan Johnson was tight end 1?
I know, that's why I said superstar. Juwan Johnson.
He's 11 now.
Yeah, he is falling off a cliff. It happens. These tight ends, it's very finicky on where you rank these tight ends, especially early on. If a couple of them have like 2 touchdowns, of course, they're in the top 10. That's just the way it is with tight ends. Juwan Johnson isn't very fun to roster or fun to start. And I'll tell you why. There's a couple of reasons why. Quarterback change. Tyler Shuck, right? That's going to suck for Shuck, especially against the Rams. That wasn't funny, guys. Don't laugh. It was awful. But he is coming off back-to-back double-digit games against Tampa. He's always a Tampa killer for some reason. That was being discussed here locally about how Juwan Johnson's going to kill Tampa. He had 8 targets, 5 catches, 53 yards, no touchdown, but still double digits. It's nice to get double digits from your tight ends because they are kind of rare if you don't have the top guys and they don't score a touchdown. Hunter Henry is probably on the most fun offense. Not efficient. I'm not taking a shot at your Colts. I'm saying the most fun offense to watch. As a Dolphins supporter, I enjoy watching Drake May navigate through defenses, throwing it to Booty, throwing it to Hunter Henry. It's just a more fun offense to watch. Not more efficient, fun. So that being said, I do like Hunter Henry this week against Atlanta. I do enjoy, but again, hasn't had a double-digit game since week 4. That's alarming. That's scary. Hasn't had a touchdown. We had a touchdown last week. 1 catch, 1 yard, 1 touchdown. I'm rethinking things, not just because of the point total, just because of who they're playing too.
Can I add something while you were thinking that might turn your head a little bit? Both have a very bad matchup for the tight end position. The Rams give up the 22nd most points to the tight end position. Falcons actually have the best defense against the tight end position, only allowing 3.5 points per game. Hunter Henry hasn't had a double-digit game in a month. Over a month since Carolina in week 4, even though he's tight end 8. That's like how good his season started even with a 1.9 game in there. That 29-point game against Pittsburgh really propelled him up there and has kept him at wide receiver or at tight end 8. Whereas, but we've seen since week 4, he's had 4, 3, 5, and 1 targets. That's not a ton. Juwan Jennings has at least had 15 targets in the last 2 weeks. Already out targeted him in 2 weeks than Hunter Henry has had over the last month. I'm going to go with a matchup here. I know it's on the road. Chuck is coming in. I get that. But again, what have we said on this show forever? A new quarterback's favorite target is the reliable one, and that's always the tight end position. Juwan Jennings is that reliable target on the Saints offense.
Yeah, and he's not really competing with anybody else as well. Where I just talked about Drake May can spread it to Diggs, Booty, Douglas. They got Ramondre out there catching balls for some reason. They're using everybody but Henderson. And I'm pissed off.
Infuriating.
I'm pissed off. I'm no longer infuriated. I've reached a level of pissed. But yeah, I'm going to go Juwan Johnson as well because I want to tell you, and I went 8-0 in 2 weeks you were gone, so I want to continue that progress and go 12-0. So that's the showdown, everybody. That's everything you need to know about these 2 players. Specifically are these players we talked about today. I'm going to get to everyone's comments and questions real quick. I just want to get to something real quick before we forget, because I see that start is Hunter Henry a drop. Did you star these questions?
I'm starring them, yeah.
You're so smart. Jamie, if you're still here, Lincoln Park. That is probably encapsulates my childhood, right?
One. Yeah, that's a good one.
It does, right? It does.
Yeah.
I thought about that. Like that's something in between because we both can connect with that. Because I know that the age gap between us is a little bit different.
Lincoln Park. A lot. It's double digits probably.
All right, let's get to the questions, Justin.
Tyrone Tracy and DK, my league counts return yards. So DK's floor is pretty high. For example, my league he had 39 points last week. I don't know where the question is. I just realized that, but yeah, DK was on my list, and I actually did pick him up in a couple leagues this week.
Wait, are we talking about the same person right here? He wants to know Tyrone Tracy.
Or DK. Or DK. DK.
You really think DK over Tyrone Tracy?
Yeah.
I'm worried about Devin Singletary. He's someone that is going under the radar. He wasn't claimed a lot of my waivers. I'm not. No, hold on. I'm not worried about him taking over the load and becoming a superstar. Mm-hmm. I'm worried about them using both. And it's going to be that's what I'm worried about. I'm not worried about.
We talked about that yesterday on the priority show, the waiver show, about both of them. Kind of like Seattle. I mean, Seattle has 2 good running backs, but they use both of them sadly, and it's not enough. I would go DK all day here. 16.9 and 16.4 over the last 2 weeks, and if you get return yardage on that as well.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you got the Chargers coming up. The Chargers should be high scoring since Joe Alt's back, which means a lot of kickoffs, meaning lots of kick return yardage. So,
yep.
That's why he got 39 points last week. He had 175 kick return yards.
Yep. Just want to say what's up to Doom. Just want to say what's up to JR. Man, I'm so glad we're so back. I'm so glad. Craig.
Next up, Craig. Let's see. Josh Beck. If the other QB and I hope Drake London plays this week, and will Debo play well this week too? I'm kind of out on Debo. Yesterday I said if Debo has one good week, trade him like immediately. Get as much as you can out of him, but he's been so inconsistent. I don't trust him anymore.
Sad face. Depends on the quarterback situation. And right now, it's not looking good for Washington. I like Debo. I was the biggest hater of Debo that you could think of, but he's been better more than he's been bad. If that makes sense, he's been good more than he's been bad. His last performance wasn't great at all. So he's a hold and wait for me. I'm not going to sell him off just yet. I want to see if Jaden Daniels comes back and they pick up where they left off.
If you can afford him being on your bench, then yeah, hold on to him. But if you can't, like, try to get rid of him. Full PPR pick 2: Chuba, JCM, Henderson, Golden, and Pearsall. Bam is available on waivers. Oh God. Is Pearsall going to play? He hasn't played in over a month. Henderson's not getting used as enough. Wait, didn't we answer this question? Did you ask this question? I feel like somebody asked this question yesterday.
Well, I'm going to give you my 2. It's Chuba and JCM.
Yeah, even with the split backfield, I'm on Chuba and JCM.
People are down on Chuba just because of how good Dowdle's been. And I want to let everyone know Dowdle had 2 amazing games and it has been bleeding into Chuba's workload. I get that. But the guy still had 12 carries last week. They played Buffalo. You can't really, I understand. I say this a lot just because they're professional athletes. They get paid too. They should perform. But facts are facts. It's Buffalo. Sometimes you got to throw those games away. 9.4, hasn't had double-digit points since week 2. Chuba's been struggling heavily. I understand that. But he's still getting opportunities. And I like his opportunity way more than Henderson, Golden, because guess what? Christian Watson came back, and he's more of a priority than Golden was. That's a fact. You can tell by the targets and everything. So Golden just, boom. I think he's droppable in all formats, not Dynasty, all redraft. Pearsall, we don't know if he's going to play. So really, it's process of elimination. The only 2 starters are Chuba and JCM. The rest are all backups, and one won't play. But Bam's available. Do you like Bam? I don't. There's a reason why he's still on your waivers.
Somebody has to run the ball in Arizona. And yesterday, I said I would just not roster any of them because none of them are worth it. Bowers or Gadsden?
Man, I'm so over Gadsden. Can Gadsden go away?
I'm
not even joking, man. I'm not even kidding. Go away. I want to listen. This is personal. In our favorite league that we established yesterday on Blue Sky, it's our favorite leagues.
Our favorite roster. League is your favorite league,
just because how dominant I'm. If I lose it's fixed.
You're in second.
I traded. Yeah, because I've had. Yeah, we'll see. I traded Gadsden and a second away for Judkins straight up, way long ago. And it was the biggest laugh. We had the biggest, funnest time with it. Now Gadsden's a thing. So I need him to start sucking so I can keep bragging about that trade. But that being said, I can't deny Gadsden's been very good over the past couple of weeks. I'm not going to trash him. Obviously, he's been awesome.
Bowers is coming off of an injury, so I don't know. I don't necessarily know what that means, but when he does play, I mean, he should be targeted a lot. But
you can't bench Bowers. You can't bench Bowers.
Wait, can you play both? Can you play both? One in the flex? I
listen.
Have no problem starting 2 tight ends if they're both really good.
I don't want to start a guy in my flex.
Scott Fishbowl league is tight ends. So,
well, yeah, of course, that's Scott Fishbowl. It's a different animal. If he's gonna get his 6 targets a game, Gadsden, then yes, I'm all in. My thing is this, guys. When Hampton went down with an injury, my crazy brain said, well, Ladd's going to be used more because it's going to be an extension of the run game. That has come true. Ladd has been way better. Look at the numbers since Hampton's been out. That has come true. Is Gadsden now the, recipient of Keenan Allen fall? What is this? That's what I'm trying to figure out.
And Johnson's fallen off. As soon as Quentin Johnson fell off, Gadsden came into play.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to figure out, though. Is it just he's the hotness of the week until we get, what is it? Right? What is it? Why is Gadsden all of a sudden performing? and this person fell off. Is QJ going to figure it out? Maybe. I don't know. I'm not trusting Gatson long term, and maybe I'm the only one, but I'm not trusting it long term. There's too many cooks in that kitchen. There's too many elite athletes in that offense. They can't all be excellent. That's all I'm saying. They can't all be excellent. And when does Hampton come back? Long story short, I'm starting Bowers.
Start 2. Pittman, Chase Brown, or Vidal? I'm going Pittman and Vidal.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do I hold 2 defenses, the Packers and Texans?
No.
No. Pick which one's better. Which is
Green Bay is going to be more consistent down the line, but Houston's so good.
Green Bay's defense of 25. Houston is 6. Houston's also past their. They're both past their bye week, so
Houston's so good.
But Houston has Denver coming up, Jacksonville, Tennessee, Buffalo. Whereas Green Bay's got Carolina, Pittsburgh, and New York. So I do lean towards Green Bay.
Yeah, I'm gonna lean towards Green Bay as well. Hello, Aqua Vision.
What's up?
I lost 4 straight weeks in a row.
Oh, Craig, what's going on, man?
We got you. We got you.
Do we keep Bucky? Yes, Bucky's coming back. So as soon as Bucky comes back, I think he takes that offense back.
So Todd Bowles was interviewed, and he says that I think that will be discussed at the end of the week as far as what's going on with Bucky Irvin. He thinks he's going to start doing more this week, depending on the progress they make. Todd Bowles has never, ever been honest with any media member ever. So I can just read his words because I read them almost every day. That tells me Bucky's not coming back this week. Just let everybody know. Just Todd Bowles, when he avoids questions like that, that means he doesn't want to talk about it. And Chris Godwin's not coming back this year either. The Vikings need is Hunter Henry a drop?
It's what I was about to say that was a good question. I don't want to drop him yet, but if you can afford him, keep him. But if you need the space, it's hard to drop tight end 8. Like he can be really good, but he's just not getting targeted.
But it's easy to drop tight end 8 because it's a landmine for your other teammates or league mates.
Yep. Others will pick him up. So yeah, I mean in that theory, yeah, he's a drop. Yeah, I agree. Hopefully he does get healthy someday.
Raphael, thank you. I'm gonna be Jack Black for Halloween. I'm the Minecraft guy. Sneak attack, lava chicken, Minecraft movie.
I got a trade. I said, hell no. Goff and Amon St. Brown for Stafford and Safe. Yeah, no. Keep Goff and St. Brown. That's not even worth it. Like St. Brown is not even worth Stafford and Zay Flowers.
Not close, no.
Drake London's not practicing.
Nope, worried about that.
Raphael, yes, because you listened to our show yesterday. Thank you. Yeah, James Conner, I drafted him in too many leagues. Okay, I'm really concerned with Bill. If Jaden Daniels doesn't play, would you start Bill or Harvey?
Harvey's on a lot of my waiver wire this week. Not even picked up. People are out on Harvey.
JCM's been pretty bad lately.
Yeah, he's been bad as well. These are the worst options you could possibly have. But
Harvey had a boom game. Okay, Harvey had a boom game against Dallas. Let's remember that.
Yeah, of course.
Everybody has a boom game against Dallas.
Well, when Dowdle went off, it was Miami and Dallas, and nobody wants to talk about that.
Yeah,
except for me.
So,
anyway, it does depend on who they play. If JD5 doesn't play,
they have Seattle this week, so I think I would lean Harvey. I would
have to run RJ Harvey. You would have to run RJ Harvey out there. He's got more upside in my opinion.
Also, nobody talks about JCM being 24 years old as a rookie either. Like nobody's talking about these things. Like
I know.
Only RJ Harvey, the old man.
Gatson trade saga never ends. It never will. It never will until we see the conclusion. I have Warren and Kittle for tight end. Yeah.
Greg knows. I'm playing 3 tight ends in one of my guillotine leagues this week. Brock Kraft and maybe
you can't start Henry in a guillotine, man. You cannot start.
Get him out of there. You're getting chopped.
I understand. He may survive, but you got to find somebody with more ceiling. And I'll tell you why. Doom. Let me finish this real quick. Or Doom Ice. It's I don't know your name, but I'm gonna call you Doom because that's what I read first. Guillotine, yes, you're still surviving. Yes, you're made it halfway through the season, but starting Hunter Henry is just you're mailing it in. You're no longer caring about upside because his ceiling is what 10, 12. Okay, but his floor is 1-0. Get somebody in there that has the same floor but has a way higher upside. Somebody that can score you 20 points or 15 points. Because guess what? That's going to put you over the top. Because what's the point of having someone with the same floor, not the same ceiling? That's how I would treat that. Again, I'm the one who's eliminated 8 weeks ago. I feel like
I will say
in
my guillotine league, the person that has consistently picked up Hunter Henry has gotten chopped that week for 4 straight weeks. So Mason Taylor with the Jets. I don't know what the question is, but he is on bye this week, so not important.
Yes. Aren't you guys relieved? I don't have to talk about Justin Fields on Monday. Aren't you guys relieved?
Who do you start, Ertz or Johnson? I think I'm going Johnson again.
You hate Ertz, don't you? You hate Ertz.
No, I love Ertz. I love Ertz, but he's also got Seattle, so just
yeah, I'm gonna go Johnson too.
I've started Hunter Henry every week and have easily survived.
Well, it's a tight end premium too.
Then, so
yeah.
Oh yeah, that's fair then. If it's tight end premium, okay. Would Butte or Diggs worth picking up if London doesn't play again? I think yes. The answer is yes. Obviously, now Stephon Diggs has actually done pretty well. Only 3 single-digit games, one of which was within the last 5 weeks, and it was 3 weeks ago. So he's been pretty good. Butte's been pretty good as well.
Just remember, guys, Booty's had 12 targets in the last 3 weeks. What he's doing right now is a very difficult rate to keep up. He's had 4 touchdowns in the last 3 weeks. I talked about Booty on the Monday show. I like Booty. At one point, can you say it's got to continue? But guys, before this touchdown rampage he's been on the past 3 weeks, he's been god awful.
He reminds me of Nick Westbrook, Akine last year, where it was like touchdown. Like every week was a touchdown, but then it dropped, and then we never saw Nick Westbrook Akine ever again. Diggs at least is a superstar wide receiver. He not a superstar anymore, but he's been a superstar. He knows how to play. He's gotten 15 targets over the last 3 weeks. He's just not, and he's got 13 receptions. So I think I would go Stephon. He's the target if you had to pick between the two of them.
He's more of a priority for that offense. He's more of the safety net, whereas Booty gives you good plays, but that could be Demario Douglas next week. Demario Douglas and Booty are so interchangeable. One has a good week, the other doesn't, and vice versa.
Correct. I dropped Mike Evans. Will this bite me in the butt at the end? No, it won't. DK or Golden rest of the season. I'm going DK. I'm going DK. He is the target in Tennessee now.
And as the weather turns in Green Bay, they're going to lean on Josh Jacobs. They're going to lean on that run game. And like I said, Jordan Love just spreads the ball around. He doesn't really hyper target one person unless you're Tucker Kraft. That's it. Tucker Kraft. But that's going to do it for the show, guys. We hit our time perfectly. Wow. That's a first. So I'm excited for that. All right, guys, make sure you follow us because tonight we do have another show. Topher and Michael, they'll be breaking down our rankings versus the expert rankings and talk about the differences there. We'll be live again. Are we live tomorrow? Do we go live Thursdays?
Yeah, at 9 p.m. Eastern.
That's right. That's our Get Tilted show. So anything DFS or prop, that's where you want to catch us. We're off Fridays now, guys. There's no show Fridays, but we're here Saturday for our Dynasty show at 4 p.m. with Will. Then Sunday, Bites and Insights with Justin. What's on the menu, Justin?
Steak and eggs.
Steak and eggs. Do you have a guest?
No, because no one wants to be a guest with me anymore, apparently. So
you might see me on that show as well.
Tim is on Sunday. Tim's on Sunday.
Oh, then you're definitely going to see me on that show because I want to get a show with Tim so bad. But anyway, follow us on Blue Sky everywhere, Instagram, Twitter, and of course the TikToks. Fantasy Now Plus. Make sure you visit our website, fantasynowplus.com. You can find our waiver article in case you missed the show. You can find all the articles there and our rankings as well. Justin, anything else you want to plug before we get out of here?
You'll have to come and find out what kind of steak it is.
Yes, Charlene does a great job with the waiver article every single week, and amazing. She was such a joy to do the show with on Tuesday. Not to see your face, it was nice. It was really nice not to see your stupid face. So with that being said, we're gonna get on here, guys. Yay. Be good. Have a wonderful Wednesday. We're out.
Thanks for listening. Be sure to like and subscribe wherever you watch or listen to podcasts. We'll be back next week for more ways to win your league.